Are you a coach or consultant looking to build new revenue streams to fund your lifestyle and give back? Well, this podcast is for you. We bring you inspirational guests and solo shows, sharing actionable tips to solve many of the struggles you face each and every day. And now, over to your host, Paul Higgins.
Hi, Paul here. Before we get into the show, would you like to make a great first impression on LinkedIn? If so, I have something just for you. When people search for your name on Google, your LinkedIn profile will normally come up first. Before meeting someone for the first time, how often do they view your LinkedIn profile? For many coaches and consultants I begin to work with, their profiles don't do them any justice. I've created a simple solution where you can whip your profile into shape to have your best foot forward when attracting new clients on LinkedIn. Go to blgdownload.com, so that's blgdownload.com, to get your 5 killer tips today. Hello to the Build, Live, Give Solo podcast, episode number 215. If it is your first time, welcome. And if you love what you hear, please subscribe. If you're a regular, thanks for your support. Let me know a topic you would like me to cover. Just email me at paul@buildlivegive.com. A big shout out to Nils, who inspired me to talk about today's topic. Nils is a valuable member of BLG Authority Machine. Find out more at buildlivegive.com/authority machine. And also the link is in the show notes. Please check out past shows on your favorite platform. Just search Build, Live, Give. So today's topic is how to hire the best people. You will learn pre-interview, the interview itself, and some pre-employment tips. I've been hiring people for the last 27 years. In my second year of working at Coca-Cola, I had to hire 20 new sales representatives. I was incredibly green and inexperienced. I made every mistake I could make, and I learned the hard way. The more I did it, the better I became. Like most things in life, Coca-Cola also improved its training and systems. I think, it was one of the best run companies in the world, not necessarily the best product, but their systems in hiring and retaining staff is brilliant. So when I left Coke in 2011, I started to hire virtual assistants for my business. Within 3 years, it turned into a client-facing business, and I interviewed hundreds of candidates, predominantly from the Philippines. In 2005, we launched a developer backend, and this hiring I shared with my business partner, Scott Gallatly. I've hired some of the smartest executives to the most passionate people who work from home in both, South America and the Philippines. So what has all this experience given me? It has given me the ability to hire the best people so that I can do what only I do best. And I'd love that for you. So if you're doing too much in your coaching or consulting business, please stop it. Here are some practical tips to get you right, or to get you the right people, so that you can have the confidence to let go. But before we go into the 3 key areas of hiring the best people, I would like to talk to you about Dubb. So it's DUBB. It's an all-in-one sales and marketing video platform that helps to attract and convert and retain more happy clients. If you want to stand out in someone's inbox, be it email, Slack, social media, there's so many choices these days, by sending them videos, this is for you. I used it this week to record a video on my LinkedIn posting views and the success I've had, and I sent it to prospects. Right? It's easy to see it in the text, but it's so much richer when you actually show them the posts and the results you've got. I can track all the analytics, so I know when to best circle back. Why not check it out for yourself? Go to buildlivegive.com/Dubb. Once again, that'll be in the show notes. So first, the pre-interview. So get them to send you a video answering your version, or their version, I should say, of questions like this. And when I say your version, these are the questions that I ask, right? You come up with the questions that you want the people to ask. But what I find is, even the fact that they're willing to do a video is a great way of judging how passionate they are and how passionate they are about working for you. So some of the questions I ask are, what are you passionate about in life? What would you do if you had a day off? I want to understand their hobbies. Who inspires you in life? Give me an example of a recent time when you were proactive. Out of 7, and 7 being the highest, what is your attention to detail? Out of 7, once again, the highest, how curious are you? Please give me examples. And what would you like to know more about Build, Live, Give? So they're the key questions that I get them to do. So, sometimes it's a 2 to 5 minute video that they do. And I'm not really looking for the quality of the background, the video. I'm looking at the ability to actually do it, how quickly they turn it around, and the quality of the answers. So that's the pre-interview. So the interview itself. So what I'll do is just give you a selection of questions I ask. To get the full list, please email me at paul@buildlivegive.com. I've got it set up in Asana. I can easily extract it into a PDF or give you the questions in another format. So, as I said, this is just a selection, but I always open with making them feel relaxed. Okay, everyone's always nervous when you go into an interview, and I want to see the real them. Okay, so I always say to them, there are no right or wrong answers. Just relax and be yourself. If you don't understand the question or my accent, often when I'm interviewing people from around the world, ask me to repeat it. So it just gives them the ability to relax. The next is, tell me about yourself, which is not written in your resume. Okay, and I'll leave that pretty open, because when I say tell me about yourself, I actually want them to talk about them. And often people will go straight into work mode, which I know is probably not the right culture fit. How do you best learn? So give me some specific examples. And, this really, I'm trying to draw out the key behaviors that I look for in people. And one of them is the ability to learn. What personal development have you done in the past month, and how did you apply it? Give me an example of an important goal which you had set in the past, and tell me about your success in reaching this. Now, that can be personal or work. I don't really care, but I want to understand their ability to do that. What would your colleagues, superiors describe you, or how would they describe you? And I always ask, what would your boss or say, and it depends, that word is variable by country. And also, what would your peers, your colleagues say about you? And I get some really rich insights from that. What has been the most valuable feedback you have received, and what did you do as a result of it? And feedback's interesting. Like, there's some cultures that really struggle with the word feedback, and they're not quite sure what it means. But, I want to see how they've learnt from an experience, okay? Are they willing to take on feedback? What is your salary expectation? I think it's really clear before you go to the next step, because there's a misalignment there, then it's probably not the right fit. Is there a question you're expecting me to ask that I didn't? Okay. And the last one is, do you have any questions? And I nearly automatically remove people where they say, no, I'm fine, you've covered everything. I know that's not the case. There's so many good questions. How do you train me? What are my peers like? What's the environment I'm going to be working on? They should be asking proactive questions. So far we've covered the pre-interview, we've covered the interview. And like I said, if you want those interview questions, just email me. I've got a whole list of them. I've built it up for my 27 years of interviewing. And the next is the pre-employment, right? Because you don't want to rush into this. I much prefer you to take time in picking the right person. We've all done, the expedient hire, and it hasn't worked out well. So you need to then go and see what they've said in the interview, right? Because you're getting to know the person. Is it actually backed up by what's happening in the real world? So you want to do some background checks. You want to do some practical tests, and always pay someone to do those tests. And what I do is leave out some of the instructions to see if they can actually proactively solve it. Okay, so we make sure deliberately that it's not step by step. You want to assess their tech and home environment if they're working from home. The next is, it's great to do some personality testing to really understand. So you can use DISC, Gallup Strength Finder, HBDI. I've got a whole list of those in my book called Build, Live, Give. And some of the other things you want to do is, it's called VARK, VARK, and it's their learning style. So if you are going to bring someone on, you really want to understand how they best learn. Do a social media check. I know that should go without saying, but it's just amazing sometimes what people say on social media versus what they say in an interview. And it definitely has stopped me employing some people in the past. Reference checks are not mentioned from past companies, right? So they'll always say, here's the 3 people that I want you to talk to, but I actually want to talk to people that they've worked in a company and they're no longer there. So you can reach out, find them on LinkedIn, etc., and get a true reflection of that person. So I want you to take 3 key actions from today. So 1 is stop doing it all yourself. Okay, you need a team of people. Otherwise, you just bought yourself a job. You actually don't have a business. 2nd is start hiring. Okay, and use some of these key things and reach out to me for the more detail. And email me for the full list of questions. You can get all the links in the show notes at buildlivegive.com/podcast, and it's episode 215, or on the app you are listening to now. I recommend the Podcasts app. It's the one I use, the one on iPhone. Personally, I don't enjoy the native one. If you want to find and convert your ideal clients on LinkedIn, go to blgclick.com to watch a free 30-minute pre-recorded masterclass. Please connect and follow me on LinkedIn. It's where I put all of my great content. If you know somebody interested in getting the best people, share this with them. They'll love it. They'll love you for it. I will do future podcasts around sources for the best people. And I'd also love if you have a topic you would like me to cover. Okay, so just email me at paul@buildlivegive.com. Please take action to build your business and lifestyle and stay well.
Thank you for listening to the Build, Live, Give podcast. If you like what you heard, please subscribe and leave us a review. It would mean the world to us.